leave several knives hidden in convenient locations around the nursery.
That's a
Hello,
great
everyone,
start.
and welcome to another episode of Engineering Money. I know you've all waited all week just for this moment, and I'm really glad you are here with us today.
Wouldn't want it any other way.
Let's get right on into it.
Have you guys heard of this company Canoe?
No.
They make like electric vehicles and they look really weird.
They make electric boats.
Are they publicly traded?
I mean, I think so. They, I mean, you could basically call this car a boat. They're massive.
A good old-fashioned American boat of a car.
Yes. Yeah, this thing would not survive on European roads. I can say that as a fact. But
Oh, it's
they
spelled
look weird.
canoe. Here.
Yeah, Canoo.
Wow.
Canoe.
It's a
I'm
lifestyle
watching the same
vehicle.
video. I think they're
Oh my gosh,
pandering to
what?
like the van dwelling crowd.
I guess, okay, lifestyle. Oh, they're
A
like
pickup truck?
big old boxes that you drive around.
That's a weird steering wheel. They're engineering the impossible, everyone.
Yeah, weird steering wheel, not gonna work out.
They said, what if we took a rectangle and put an electric motor in it?
Maybe, hey, they're headquartered in Torrance, California. Maybe I should apply.
Investor
Tell them something
relations.
about aerodynamics.
So they are publicly traded.
Yeah, they are.
Canoe.
I know I said I think so earlier, and now I know for a fact that they are.
Can
Well,
can do,
we'll give
can
Kamal Hamid a call, and he'll give us the lowdown of what to expect coming 2022.
Okay. I'll put that on my list of things to do this week, Ben. Gonna be in an airport a lot this week.
What's their market cap? Right there. 2 billion? How do they do that?
How have I never heard of this one? Like, I know Lucid Air recently became
I
a
think it
thing,
was
but I
I think it
heard of
was a
that one.
SPAC.
Classic SPACs.
There's an easy way to figure out if it was a SPAC.
Wait, is that their stock quote on their own website?
Yeah, most companies do that.
Yep,
Hmm.
it was a SPAC. Oh wow,
Goyim.
it's like, but it's below. Um, it was down to $5.90. That's even
Yeah,
worse than a Hylian.
I think it was interesting how 2020 SPACs and IPOs in general did very well, and then 2021 on average has been a bad year for
Um,
similar companies going.
Joey, Hylian was a 2020 SPAC, and let me tell you,
Wow. On average, we're speaking in aggregates here.
um, I only speak with a very strong confirmation bias. Joey, it's your week this week.
I thought last week was my week.
I think it's no one's week. And I
Yeah,
think
Well,
Joey,
we
actually,
need to
hey,
talk about
guys,
Biglari.
yeah, Biglari.
but stuff's been like happening, and I haven't known why, but
Yeah,
it's been going on.
Evergrande.
It's
Evergrande, right?
Evergrande.
Everyone has, if you've paying attention to investing this week, you've seen Evergrande.
Yeah.
So we ought to like, I don't
Well,
know,
I don't think I've
at least
seen
mention the word
Evergrande, but
Evergrande.
I've definitely heard it.
From what I can tell, is Evergrande's a big real estate development company in China,
Hmm.
and they like to use a lot of debt to finance all of their stuff.
It's
A
important.
And
classic move.
Just like every
yes,
American college age person.
yes. And they've borrowed a bunch of debt, and then China decided that they were going to make it harder for real estate people to borrow debt, which the Evergrande model really only worked if you can keep getting pretty cheap debt.
Yeah.
But I don't think it was even that it was cheap. There was like a hard cutoff to how much um, money you could get from the Chinese government. And basically, from what I've heard, is it's gonna turn into like a they're gonna like split up Evergrande, um, and kind of actually, don't even take anything I have as
Don't worry,
with any
there's a
value.
We
disclaimer.
don't know
There's a
what's going on.
disclaimer in our description, so you can say literally anything right now.
All right, Evergrande stock is. I do know their stock's down 90%, so you should
90.
buy as much as you can.
So is Evergrande the company responsible for all the like rapid-paced real estate development in China that no one
Yes.
occupies?
I'm sure they
Yeah.
Because
have
I
a
remember like
big. They're a big part of that.
yeah, years ago I saw a documentary on that was like there are ghost cities in China,
Mm-hmm.
skyscrapers, whole cities unoccupied that they build for the investment sake of it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because people buy them as an investment, and then no one ever lives in them, and then um, they start to degrade after like 5 years.
Right. It seems like this was bound to happen. Something had to give. You can't
Well,
build ghost cities.
and there's like a big portion of China's population that is employed in this real estate development sector, and that's like a big part of their, um, I guess coming out of. I, I don't think poverty is the right word, but like
Well, it's
building
the
a middle class is people working for this company and real estate development.
it's like China became a first world country very quickly in relatively recent years.
Yeah.
It's because
Like
China
they just
number
all of a sudden,
one.
boom, we're gonna be big.
No, Ben, don't ever say that it's Taiwan number one. But I don't really know too much about it other than it seems like they had a bunch of debt to pay on last Thursday, and they did, or did they not,
They
Ben?
settled.
They settled. Okay.
So
Okay.
I'm guessing they did some sort of backdoor deal with financial advisors. Um, and yeah. So I don't know. They probably worked it out.
But the day that it was news, I mean, markets worldwide were shook. It was like a 2% red day, but it bounced back as things do.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
it's
was just sad that by the time I was ready to put my money in on Friday, everything had recovered.
Uh-huh.
well, yeah, because people were afraid that this was going to be China's 2009.
Yeah, but kind of ironically, um, from what I've read again, China is taking the stance of not bailing them out,
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh,
which is ironically much more free market than what we decided to do.
right. Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Well, and
But
another China piece of news was for cryptocurrency. Recently, China's regulations on cryptocurrency became a lot more solidified, that it's getting like super strict, and a lot of trades are going to stop happening.
yeah,
And
because
so,
they just don't like cryptocurrency because it allows people to get money out of China, which
well, right.
people
I mean, the whole
desperately
point of
want to do.
cryptocurrency is it's deregulated, right? It's
Yeah,
decentralized. China kind of likes things centralized.
yeah. Um, but I mean, it didn't. It went down, but like I'm pretty sure they're. I think it's not going to matter in the long term.
No, it didn't like drop below support, saying like we're dropping to a new low of cryptocurrency. We're still in the kind of same spot. But it was a really annoying day if you thought to yourself, "Oh, cryptocurrency won't follow the S&P 500. I'll be safe." And then both tank on the same day.
Yeah.
That happened this week.
Wine is up this week, though. I can tell you guys that.
That's
Big.
pretty nice. Is it because we're entering the sort of holiday season where
Yes, it is wine season.
a big sort of wine is big in
Yeah.
the wintertime, around
Yeah.
Thanksgiving and Christmas. People got to get
Big
their
wine
drinks.
flourishes right now. Well, how long does it make to manufacture wine? Like you grow
Depends
the
on how long
grapes,
it's
obviously.
aged, right?
Well, but I guess it's aged for a long time too, so that doesn't matter.
Because aged, like if it's in a bottle, it's not aging anymore. It has to be in the cask to
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
add years to its age.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you buy a 2019 bottle of wine, it will always be a 2019, however old it is. You don't get to
Oh.
say it's now 3 years older.
Yeah.
Well, wait. So why is the wine investment the whole wine investment stuff is centered around bottles though?
So
Well, it
what it
is. Yeah.
is will be like so and so vineyard, that might be a famous vineyard, had a particularly good year for whatever reason, the weather, the climate change of
Mm,
their particular
Did
soil,
you just say
it
climate
changes
change?
the grapes. So they can be like, this vintage of our wine is a really good one. And
extra.
people
Okay.
like value that bottle higher because they're like, oh, this is the only year that you are able to get wine this good from this vineyard, and there's
Gotcha.
only so many bottles in existence. Value goes up.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then you get sort of a vintage uh, extra overpriced too. Like if you're selling a bottle of wine that was bottled in at like turn of the century, obviously that bottle, even if it's only aged a couple years, that's going to be pricier than something more recent.
Right.
Yeah.
Like as the wine won't taste different, but that's not what
Well,
investors care about.
How do
if
you
you
know,
stored it
Joey?
properly.
Okay, you're right. It probably does taste different because it wasn't stored properly and now it's oxidized.
Yeah. Now you're just drinking vinegar.
You mean
Oh,
you're
here's a
investing in
question.
vinegar?
I opened a bottle. Well, it's just winking owl, so I don't really care. But I
Good old
have an
Aldi wine.
open bottle of white wine in my fridge, and it's been there for like 2 weeks. Can I still drink it?
I
Taste it.
mean,
You'll know
you
right away.
can. There's nothing stopping you from drinking it.
The fridge is dark and cold, so oxidation will be slower. But
Okay. Well, no, I've been I take it out of the fridge every day, open the cork, shake it up a little bit, and then put the cork back on and put it back in.
let it sit in the sun for a little while.
Yeah.
I mean, you can buy white wine vinegar at the grocery store. You don't need to go through this, Tim.
Well, yeah, we have some. So, yeah, I don't know. Ben, you talk about something.
Biglari,
Yeah, Big
Yeah,
Laurie.
Biglari.
That's what we were talking about.
they're doing good
Joey,
this week.
do you remember Big Laurie?
I don't remember
You
Biglari.
don't remember
Right, Ben.
Biglari?
What
You
should we
got to go
talk
It's
through
the
all the
about?
it is
holdings
the
again.
ultimate company. They own
It sounds like
they
it.
own Steak and Shake. They own Western Sizzlin'. They own an underwriting company for insurance for truck drivers, and I don't know if they're the owner of or have a majority stakeholder ownership in Maxim.
Oh, that's right. We talked about this one. Biglari.
Yeah.
Heck yeah.
So they've been. I don't remember how long ago I mentioned them, but they've sort of entered the bottom of the trough, and this week they took back off again. So hopefully that continues, but I am definitely bullish on Big Larry, just as a
I mean,
person.
how can you not be
Yeah,
with a name like Biglari?
it's true.
Yeah, also imagine being uh-oh, Ben. I tried to go to the Big Laurie Holdings website and it's unavailable.
So we can
Puts
buy
on
it.
Big Laurie. Buy it.
Oh,
Sadar Big Laurie is the CEO of Steak and Shake, though. Imagine having that title.
Yeah,
that's pretty cool. I
and
mean,
he's
if
got a
he
bunch
can
of random
figure out
stuff.
how to make steak and shake shakes in faster than 30 minutes, then I'll buy.
You know, I bet the story with this company is he owned a insurance company for truck drivers.
Mm.
He got
And
enough
his name was
money,
Biglari. Like, if you're a
but
truck driver,
well,
you're getting insurance
yeah.
from Biglari.
And then
Yeah.
after enough time, he had some extra cash. He's like, I really like Steak and Shake, and he opened up a franchise. Let that go
And then
for
he
a while, and
goes,
then he's like, you know what? I like Steak and Shake so much, I'm just gonna buy it. And he bought the
and
whole
then he
company.
says, you know what? My truckers really like Maxim.
So I'm gonna start buying shares of Maxim privately. And then he's like, Western Sizzlin', that's another weird company. I could just own that too.
What
Maybe
is
truckers
Western
like that
Sizzlin'?
too. Living like Larry.
Because really, an investment in Biglari Holdings LLC or Inc. It's more an investment in the man.
Yeah.
What's he gonna buy next? I don't know, but I'm along for the ride.
I've said it before, I'll say it again. I would like a Ryan Reynolds Holdings that I can invest in. When is Ryan gonna go public?
Man,
What, ticker Ryan? Is there a ticker Ryan?
Hopefully. But guys, actually one that I want to get your opinion on, because I bought it a while ago and I'm down 40%, is Zillow.
ooh,
Zillow is a company you've heard of before. We look at Zillow when we feel like seeing real estate prices. It's like a go-to. I'm thinking, okay, this is
oh
a cool tech
Joey,
company.
Well, did you hear that Zillow has been buying houses?
are they really?
Yeah, like because they don't just advertise them, right? They have their fingers everywhere in the real estate business. But I can't fathom how far they're dropping. I know there was hype for this whole housing market, which is still hot, but not as hot. But down as far as they are doesn't feel right.
Hmm.
Well, supposedly Zillow and Redfin are buying up houses and then selling them at a marked up rate. I think it's all hearsay at this moment, but wouldn't that be dumb?
That'd be awesome.
Well, I mean, how else are you going to make money on the house besides buying it and selling it for a higher rate?
Well, you're right, but why should they be buying residential houses?
Because they can.
Because it's a good time to sell. Everyone wants to sell their house.
Yeah, I guess that's true. What the argument I've heard is like, well, I mean, the fee you're paying them to buy a house from them is probably less than what you'd pay a realtor.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And a lot of people are like, well, yeah, working or like paying realtor fees is so dumb.
And think how easy it is. It's like selling your car right now. Right now is a good time to sell a car. I look at my car's Kelley Blue Book value, it's $5,000. I can one click sell it to Carvana for $1,000.
Well, Joey, that's because your car is like,
Horrible.
isn't it terrible?
Hey, don't say that on the air. Carvana will find out and then it's down to 500.
Man.
Joey, you could probably sell it for nearly $5,000 with this market for cars.
That's the thing, the market's nutty. And all I need to do is get the battery to not drain. But that's another story. That's a story for another time.
Wow.
Like I'll say, my mom, she recently got like a new Outback, but before that, she had this terrible Nissan Rogue, and what
Mine's a
she's had it
Nissan.
for a long time. And my brother would, when he'd bring his bike into the garage, like years ago, would take it past the side panel of the car and scratch it every single time he went past
Why?
because he's an idiot. And so this car was scratched to hell. It had a bunch of, my mom always backs into the garbage cans at the end of the driveway on trash day.
Oh my gosh.
um, and so this car should have maybe sold for like $3,000, but a used car salesman came up, like he came to our house and was like, I will buy this car for like $7,500. And it was totally not worth that at all.
Hmm.
Jeez.
So Joey, you can sell anything right now.
Maybe I just need to take the battery to AutoZone, be like, "Hey, charge this for me." Then it's fully charged. It can turn on a couple times before the battery dies. Roll it to
Joey.
a lot and be like, "Hey, I want to sell this."
Wow,
Oh,
Joey. Man.
um, Ben, Ben,
What?
we're over.
Oh God.
Rover?
Everyone, tell us your
Oh, we
favorite
are
type of used
over.
car.
Yeah, tell us your favorite brand of used, non-produced anymore car.
Goodbye.
Mercury.